Hello, friends. As you know, I've been exploring AI to elevate spiritual intelligence and personal well being. As you know, I've created digitaldeepak.ai, and that I have a book called Digital Dharma. As a result of this, I've been exploring how we might be able to use AI to disrupt what I call the prison of karma. So you might find this weird, but here's an idea I want to share with you. Think of karma as a moral cause and effect system that can be likened to an algorithm in which actions lead to consequences. In this analogy, karma operates as a set of mental impulses driving behavior, similar to how algorithms process data to produce outcomes. So, if I use this understanding and comparison, then this raises the question, can disruptive behavior break the cycle of karma? Akin to Gödel's incompleteness theorems disrupting mathematical systems. Let's explore this a little bit. So, karma is described as a mental factor. It's basically the conditioned mind or impulse that compels individuals towards certain actions, whether constructive or destructive. But it all is based on the conditioned mind that has been, where pure consciousness has been conditioned by family, by ancestors, by economics, by ethnicity, by history, innumerable factors. Okay, so that creates the recycling of the conditioned mind that we call karma. So, for example, these days, a good analogy would be in online platforms like Reddit, karma functions algorithmically, rewarding user engagement through upvotes and downvotes. The system reflects a simplified version of karmic principles where actions, in this case posts, yield consequences, karma points. Now let's look at Gödel's incompleteness theorem and disruption. So Gödel's incompleteness theorems demonstrate that within every sufficiently complex mathematical system, there are propositions that cannot be proven or disproven using the system's rules. This implies that no algorithm can be both complete and consistent. So applying this idea to karma suggests that disruptive behavior might expose limitations within the karmic algorithm, challenging its consistency. How does this apply to breaking the karmic cycle? So, disruptive behavior could theoretically alter one's karmic trajectory by introducing new variables or actions that the existing framework cannot account for. This mirrors how Gödel's theorems reveal the inherent limitations of formal systems. However, unlike mathematical systems, karma involves subjective moral judgments or choices, making it a little more resistant to disruption. So let's go a little even deeper on this. Does karma as mental impulse compare to mathematical algorithms in terms of predictability? So let's try and understand karma as mental impulses. So karma as mental impulses is less predictable than mathematical algorithms due to its subjective and habitual nature. Karma is driven by mental urges that compel actions based on habits, conditioning, making it inherently compulsive and less deterministic. In contrast, mathematical algorithms operate on defined rules and logic, allowing for consistent and predictable outcomes. while machine learning can predict certain cognitive behaviors like loss aversion by analyzing psychological and demographic data, karma's reliance on individual mental states and intentions introduces variability that challenges extreme predictability, only probability. But that's also what Vedic astrology does. So, Vedic astrology is based on Vedic mathematics, and I feel that can give you predict the recycling of karmic algorithms. So the idea that the karmic algorithm could be broken through practices such as the 8 limbs of yoga, akin to Gödel's theorem, disrupting mathematical systems, could apply here. So Vedic mathematics offers techniques for rapid calculations through its historical uh, authenticity and consistency. It is seen as a system of efficient problem-solving methods rather than a comprehensive mathematical framework. But since karma is viewed as a mental algorithm influencing behavior, Vedic mathematics and Vedic astrology are related. In fact, Vedic astrology is based on Vedic mathematics. So the 8 limbs of yoga, which include ethical guidelines, understanding the body as a field of awareness, pratyahara, introspective awareness, breathing techniques, yamas and niyamas, codes of conduct, dharana, attention, dhyan, meditation, and samadhi, transcendence, could apply as solutions to the karmic predictability suggested by Vedic astrology. So the 8 limbs of yoga, as outlined in Patanjali's Yoga Sutras, are actually in a way akin to Gödel's theorems, which can break the algorithm. And particularly here, the yamas and niyamas are very applicable. Ahimsa, which means harnessing peace consciousness. Satya, understanding the difference between absolute truth and relative truth. Asteya, non-covetousness. Brahmacharya, which is balanced energy use, preventing excess and promoting contentment. Aparigraha, encouraging letting go of attachments, fostering simplicity and satisfaction. Niyamas, personal observances, which include shoch, which is mental and physical cleanliness. Santosh, contentment. Tapas, self-sacrifice of the absolute as the relative. Swadhyaya, self-study, promoting self-awareness and understanding and helping identify areas for personal growth. And Ishwar Pranidhana, surrendering to the mystery of pure consciousness and its infinite possibilities, and fostering humility and connection to a higher purpose, could all disrupt selectively karmic algorithmic predictions. So as we speak, I'm in the process right now with my colleague Punacha Bachaya, who is the CEO of the Chopra Foundation, but also my co-founder for Cyberhuman. I'm starting to work on a Vedic astrology process that uses Vedic astrology mathematics to predict certain outcomes in the future as probability amplitudes, but then offer solutions by selecting various limbs of yoga to disrupt the recycling of the algorithm that predicts future outcomes. I'm thinking of calling this breaking the karmic algorithm through Vedic astrology and Vedic solutions. So let me know if this makes any sense to you. My thinking on this is still evolving, but stay tuned. Vedic astrology, karmic algorithms, and Gödel's theorems principles to disrupt the karmic algorithm and break out of the prison. All it needs is increased self-awareness. As Rumi once said, why do you stay in prison when the door is wide open? And the reason we stay in prison is that the walls of the karmic prison are invisible. Okay, I hope this made sense to you. Digital Dharma is my book, How AI Can Elevate Spiritual Intelligence and Personal Well-Being. And we can continue this conversation if you engage with my digital twin, digitaldeepak.ai.